All the guns you'll be seeing today are available on solware.co.uk, based in Tamworth. Welcome along, it's another one of our unboxing videos. As you can see today by the box, it's a Kral, the Kral hard case. Always a nice hard case really, but inside we have a Kral MPO2, but the Kral MPO2 with a difference. This is the one that's laminated in blue, as you can see. Lovely looking gun, lovely looking colour. I do understand that that looks like a scratch, but it's not. It's actually in the laminate. It's actually as smooth as silk, but it's part of the laminate marking inside there. So let's get it on the table. Let's have a good look around it. Okay, we've got our Kral MPO2 on the table. As you may know, we've had MPO2s in before, the standard one, and they've been really a, shall we say, bargain gun with a lot more than what you would expect for that money. Now this today is a different kettle of fish. Obviously this is like probably 150, 160 pounds dearer than the standard MPO2, because this is the laminated version. It's also a 177, which is something that I did want to bring in just to see how a 177 MPO2 would do. And if our myth is still about, I might even put it up against our 177 myth while we've still got them here. Hopefully it hangs around. It is up for sale at the moment. MPO2, what do you get with it? Well, number one, as you will see, blue Cerakoted laminate stock, lovely. Bottle at the back, bottle at the front. All in all, I think it's 535cc for the two bottles added together. You will obviously with this gun need a silencer, because it just comes with a little bit of an air strip on the front, which does absolutely nothing, and it is quite a loud bark with these as you go. Cocking the gun is from the left hand side, and it's just click straight back, and it's nice and smooth. It's a nicely operated gun. Trigger as well, lovely and smooth on these. They're not a problem at all. Things to look out for with this is, if I swing it round to the other side, excuse me, it's got stuck. The safety catch, it's set into the stock there. Can be sometimes a little bit hard to get at, but that's where it's set. This here is your power adjuster, sub 12 foot-pound. Is anybody going to really use it? I very much doubt it. On the opposite side, you have actually the markings there for the power settings. There's 5 altogether. Now, me bringing this gun in after we've already reviewed this gun once, but we reviewed this gun in 2.2 and in the standard version, so this just seemed the ideal chance to bring it in. We just done the same with the myth, and the myth in 177 didn't struggle up against the big boys. Can this do the same, the MPO2? They're both based on the same kind of thing. Can it do the same thing again here and put a big battle up against the big boys, which is what we've brought it in to do. We've got this time 3 guns that you would say are of a dearer value, regulated, and we've got 3 guns that are not regulated and are of a slightly cheaper value. So it's going to be good to see whether the cheap guns can get in amongst the heavy guns, you know, the expensive guns, but we'll see. The gun's laminate may be a bit Marmite to some people. Some will like it, some won't. You do have the option as well. I've had the blue in this, you can have the orange too. The orange I think is a little bit more layery than the blue, and obviously if you're going to be doing anything with this gun, the blue sort of nestles in a bit better because it's darker than the orange, I would say, so I chose the blue. Fantastic way they've done it. It looks more like a handgun with a bottle on the back that's actually made into a rest, a shoulder rest. Also, if you have a look at the back there, it's an adjustable rest, so you can press the button and get it to a position where you like. No problems at all. Trigger, as I said, lovely and smooth on these. They're quite nice to shoot, to be honest with the MPO2s. They have been known to have valve problems, I will admit, but if you get one that's well sorted, and we did test this one out of the chronograph before we took it away from Solware, this was pushing about 11.1, 11.2 in between there when it was shooting at the shop. So obviously now we're just looking forward to getting a scope on there, and your scope is 11 to 12 dovetail on this. There's no option for Picatinny, so just bear that in mind when you're trying to budget in for a scope. If you've got Picatinny mounts, you will need a set of 11 to 12 doves. Silencer of course you'll need, so you've got this gun, £420 to buy this because it's laminated. Then you're going to be needing a scope, budgeting what, £80 for a scope, so you're up to 600, and then a silencer, you're probably looking at 50-60 quid for a silencer. So all in all, to get this up and running in the laminator, you're probably looking at £660, I would have thought, somewhere near that. Quite expensive for what it is, but if you like a little bit of, shall we say, bling, it's going to look nice for that, you know what I mean, it's going to be there. But for £660 you've got to remember that you're probably delving into sort of the Rexim X6 here with a regulated movement in there, and you're probably just underneath some other decent guns at £600, so just bear that in mind if you're going really mad with this gun. Filling the gun up is quite simple. Excuse me, it's just got stuck. As you can see, fill a holes just under there. It's just a matter of twist it to keep it clean and open it up when you want to fill. There is a probe in the box, 2 magazines and your instruction manual. There's also a Kral arm sticker, which is quite usual for Kral. That's exactly what they give you in most of their boxes, is the 2 magazines and the probe. You will, however, have to fit a quick adapter to the Kral probe. They don't supply that, I'm afraid, so budgeting as well for that. Might be another £8 or £9 there, I would have thought, for that. But that is Kral MPO2 laminate, and it's a bit of a standout gun, nice gun to look at, and I'm just hoping that it can make a good show for itself, because the last MPO2 we had in, the first gun we had, sort of, the valve just was all over the place, it was nowhere near where it should be. But the second one was well suited and the valve was perfect on it, and it was very, very accurate and didn't make a fool of itself. I'm just hoping this one doesn't either. I think it'll be fine now. We have tested it and they were quite close, the readings was, so I just hope that's where it stays. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all in the next video, which will be this gun's pellet test. Bye bye now.